Look, I don't think that Morgan Freeman is a good pick for the role of Anne Frank. I don't think Will Smith is either. I know, like, I don't fit into the mold, into the box that society is trying to push me in. I do not have the correct mentality and the correct thinking. I do believe that if you make a role of a character in fiction, and literally anybody can play it, like men can play it, women can play it, that doesn't really matter, it's a bad character. Okay? Human beings aren't like that. Like, I do not think that a woman could play my role if it was a historically reenactment. Like after I pass away, people discover just the huge bastion of wisdom and knowledge that this channel has to offer, and they go like, oh my god, a lack of entertainment? He was a great man. He deserves to be memorialized in a documentary. We need to make a movie about his life. I don't think a woman could play me, okay? And vice versa. Like if there is a strong, independent woman, like this lady, right? I don't think a man could be able to play her. It breaks immersion. I know it's part of storytelling and it's difficult to understand. But basically, right, like there's this thing that's happening. And they used to do it in the 80s and they used to do it in the 90s. But they actually did it well. Because you had competent writers. You had people that actually knew their job and did more than know how to suck a paycheck. But back then, they would have like this thing usually in TV shows. And it was like a one-off, but sometimes even more, it's like, okay, what if the hero was actually a woman? So you'd have like Hercules and he meets the alternative Herculina from a different universe. But they actually knew what their target audience was. They actually knew the type of people that watch Hercules. So they would create that character in order to, benefit the audience. Because at the end of the day, you should be the slave of the audience. They are the ones that are putting food on your table. They're literally your boss. But no, now it's a different mindset. Now, I have seen scripts for modern movies, okay? Like, I do get access a little bit behind the scenes. When you're a YouTuber and you have more than 50,000 subscribers, like you really don't need that many, but like 50,000 is probably the right number. You have people messaging you, and those people have jobs in real life. Some of them happen to work in AAA, some of them happen to work at Hollywood, but they actually do tell you what happens behind the scene. And usually it's not higher ups, okay? Like you're not going to get middle management, you're not going to get the diversity lady contacting you, but you do get people that have knowledge and they know stuff behind the scene. And I have seen scripts for modern movies, and it's basically like this. Like the Powerpuff Girls script is something that I remember up to this day, because like, you think the Powerpuff Girls script is simple, right? Like you already know how the Powerpuff Girls are supposed to look like, you already know their personalities, but no, scratch all that. It's like, Buttercup can be played by any race. Bubbles can be played by any race. Right? And then it goes, Mojo Jojo, the son of Mojo Jojo, the villain, has to be played by a straight white man. This is how they're writing stuff. I'm not kidding. Okay? And it doesn't shock me that you have this actress. I didn't even know who she is, but apparently she is from the Ghostbusters. You know, that famous movie that your kids are going to watch. It was a masterpiece. It's just that those evil trolls gave it bad reviews. But give it time. You know, someone is going to pick up this movie at one point. They're going to rewatch it and they're going to be, holy shit, this is so amazing. Why didn't I know about it? Oh my god, if I hadn't listened to those reviewers, look at what treasure I have missed, right? So this movie is clearly going to blow up in the future, but you know, this lady is now saying, well, actually, I want to play the male lead. She doesn't like playing female characters. She wants to play the male lead. How is it different than me saying, I don't know, like, I don't want to play the roles of white people. I want to play the role of a black guy. It's like, I'm sorry, but you need to look the part. Is that even something that's being mentioned at art school anymore? Is that even something that matters? Because, again, like, I am not a guy that can play Thor. I'm not muscular enough. Even if Thor is a man like myself, even if he was the same age like myself, and we share the same gender and everything else, I don't look like Thor. I'm not muscular enough to be Thor, right? Or if I was to play the role of Lara Croft, I don't have the titties. I do not have the sex appeal of Lara Croft. I cannot make men salivate by looking at me, right? And that's the target audience. Like that's why Japan is winning. Unironically, like it's BTFOing these entertainers without even trying. They have 4 genres. I don't know what they're called, but one of them is shonen, young boys, young girls, adult men, and adult women. Like they have 4 genres. They understand that you can't cater to absolutely everybody. It's not how it works. It never worked like this. Didn't work from ancient Greece when they started with their theaters. Not working now. It will never work. Because my mother, for example, God rest her soul, didn't like to see a movie with zombies. It's too violent, right? Like, she didn't like violence. I like violence in fiction. I like Mortal Kombat. Well, I used to like Mortal Kombat. But I like things that are gory, violent. It's the type of entertainment that I enjoy. My mother liked movies where people died slowly. Telenovelas, romance, the shit that bores me. I like movies where people die fast. The Matrix, Rambo. Is it wrong? No, it's fine. Like in a capitalist society, she goes to watch her stuff. I go to watch my stuff. Sometimes there may be an interconnection, like Avatar. Avatar was a movie that she liked. I liked as well, for different reasons. But it's fine, right? But like to try to make everything cater for absolutely everybody. I'm sorry, but you're mentally deranged. Right? Like, go get educated. You're literally ignorant and uneducated. So anyway, this lady is basically saying that she would be able to play the male role of these movies. And okay, if I have a movie like Eraser, is that what it was called? I think it was called Eraser, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? And there are scenes where Arnold is beating 5 or 10 guys at the same time. Now, the thing with Arnold is that he's very muscular. He's intimidating. Well, he was in his prime. I wouldn't be able to make a good fit for that role. I do not look the part. And you want to put a lady, right? You want to put a lady to play that part? Like, I'm sorry, no, it doesn't work. Like, the audience will reject it. They will say, I can't take this serious. Even if it's fiction, there is so much you can stray the line of imagination until people go like, no, that doesn't look right. So the Swedish actress, apparently discussing her 2022 film Black Crab, an adaptation for another Scandinavian novel, explained that she prefers playing roles that are bold and punishing as opposed to fragile and likable. I mean, that's fine, like you can play whatever you want. But first of all, when are we going to see female characters that are likable? Because looking at the recent masterpieces from Marvel and Hollywood, I haven't seen women that are fragile and likable. I see that in anime, which are popular. I do not see them in Hollywood. They're literally trying to force the market. It doesn't work that way. It's like trying to force a meme. It's like me making something funny and trying to force everyone to share it around. It doesn't work like that. And secondly, I don't think that she's going to get this opportunity because I see that Disney is trying to change after South Park made fun of them. Like, that episode from South Park seems to have had such a massive impact that even Disney is starting to consider, okay, well, if even South Park is making fun of us, we gotta change course. We gotta change a couple of things. So anyway, right, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.